Cracked the code. Oh no! Infidelity. Ew, 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 ew. Ah, what the fuck do you mean, you little fucking... Oh! No, I feel icky. Restraining order. Okay, fine. I don't know where we are.
Hi, can I order tea and 2 sugars, please?
Hello guys and welcome back to Tea and 2 Sugars. I'm Tatty, your host, who is feeling pretty good today. This is the first time I've spoken today, so good luck for this episode because I have not been using up my word count as the day has been going on. So I'm feeling a little bit like feral with my words. I've just got in and Isla was like, "Yeah, okay." I was like, "No, I've not spoke to anyone. What time is it? 20 past 1? These are my first words for the day. I'm back in my burgundy set today, the classic couture club. I shaved my arms and my legs yesterday. Had a full Sunday reset. I haven't done that in so long. I've got into a really good habit at one point of shaving like my full body on a Sunday. Hair mask, eye masks, face masks, full blowout, shebang every Sunday. And then we moved house and I just stopped doing that. And I thought, do you know what? On this lovely Sunday sunny day, I'm going to shave my legs. But the problem is that now my legs are so sensitive to everything and my arms are like, ew, ew. But so this is so annoying. I was lying in bed last night and I just looked at Jordan and I thought, you have such soft skin and you don't try to be a soft-skinned person at all. I'm out here trying so hard to be supple and soft and smooth like a dolphin. He just washes his body with like some Aldi Lacura body wash, which is probably pumped full of chemicals, and it's just like the smoothest little dolphin boy ever. It's quite annoying, to be honest. Anyway, let me tell you about my week. We're going to get into the boiling point on my 2 sugars straight away because one of my sugars has been my entire week this week. Girly pops, boys, girls, theys and gays. I'm back into reading. And let me tell you, I'm a bookworm. Got my Kindle out again. I think I might have mentioned this last week when I scrammed ACOTAR in like 2 months, 6 books, 2 months, Bob's your uncle. I'm going for my own record here. Halfway through Onyx Storm. I started reading Iron Flame like last week. No, I started reading Fourth Wing last Saturday. So it's been just over a week. And I'm going to try and finish Onyx Storm by tomorrow. 3 books, a week and a half. I'm feeling good. I really enjoy it actually. Full disclosure, I've been so lonely recently. I've just been sat on my own at home and because Jordan gets up to go to work before I get up. So here we are in a situation like today where it's 20 past 1 and I haven't spoke to anyone all day. And unless I go to the gym, like I'm not speaking to anyone. Oh my God, I need to tell you about my gym class last week. Anyway, so I've been reading to fill my time because I batch film my videos on a Tuesday. So all my filming is done in sort of one day and then I just sort of edit, do podcast work as time goes on. And I had no events last week, which fills my social battery and gets me out of the house, gets me talking to people, gets me out and about traveling, you know? So I've been with Violet and Zayden. Zayden. Shadow Daddy. What a man. What a man. I'm so excited to see where Onyx Storm takes me. I finished Iron Flame, and no spoilers here, but I was like, simply what the fuck? Simply, what the fuck was that? I love a book that's like, row at the end, like it really gets you at the end. So my sugar this week is reading, specifically on my Kindle. I also have been loving Audible. I used Audible ages ago when I didn't have my Kindle. And so when I'm driving or when I'm on the train or whatever, I have my little audiobook on when I'm cleaning. And it means that I am literally living constantly in these books, and I just love it. And I have built up so many credits that I have like 21 credits because I've been paying for it and never used it. So I've got all them. I'm going to go on to Throne of Glass next. And I'm a girl that likes to go to sleep with something on in the background. And normally that's a true crime thing. I'm going to sleep listening to his legs were cut off, her arms were cut off. But no, now I go to bed when Jordan and I don't go to bed at the same time with the audiobook on. And it's lovely. I'm such a podcast girl. But recently, I've not got enough podcasts to fill my time with. So now, audiobooks. I think actually what I am going to do is listen to, not Alan Carr, Chatty Man Alan Carr, there's a book about breaking binge eating cycles and understanding emotional eating. I'm going to read that next because I feel like where I'm at in life, that might be a good one to listen to. So that is my first sugar, Audible and my Kindle. Like, that's kind of two, but like reading Rebecca Yarros, Zayden, And then my second sugar, I have not been wearing makeup. And let me tell you, or tan. I've got a bit of instant tan on today, but it's because I don't want to blend in with the wall. I have absolutely loved not wearing any makeup. I don't actually enjoy wearing it that much. I just like my skin. I have lovely skin. My skin is healthy, it's strong, and it's glowy at the minute. And I basically had microneedling done last Tuesday, which meant I couldn't wear makeup for the first few days. So I was like, here we go. And just didn't wear any makeup. And it's been lovely. I've really, really liked it. Went for lunch with Sophia and Ellie the other day, and they were like, you just look so fresh. I said, thank you so much. That's so kind. I've got back into my red light therapy, and I've got some really good SPFs that I've been using. And I think that obviously helps the appearance of your skin anyway. So being fresh-faced and pale, I guess. And my boiling point for this week, I genuinely think being lonely has to be my boiling point, and it's not something I've ever had to sort of face, really. Like I say, so I Jordan gets up in the morning. I normally have like PT or something, so I do leave the house and I do speak to Meg and my PT. Bless that woman. I don't know where I would be without Meg. Like, I keep getting emotional about, like, I see Megan more than I see my friends and my family. I see her every day pretty much. So last week I was sat there, I'm also trying to cut out fizzy drinks, which is hilarious considering what I've got in the cup today. I've limited my fizzy drinks down to 1 day a week, which is normally podcast day. And I'm a Pepsi Max girl through and through. I'd normally have like 1 or 2 a day. On a sad day, maybe 5 or 6. So I'm trying to cut that out. I shit you not, guys. Sugar withdrawal. It was not good last week. Not good at all. It was like clawing at my skin. I had to lock myself in the house. So I couldn't go and get anything. And like, it just made me think how lucky I've been to have people around me and to have, even through like lockdown, I was living with my family. I wasn't on my own. And just doing that for like 3 weeks, even though Jordan does come home every day, like I could not imagine being on my own for that amount of time. So that's that. And I just wanted to say, if anyone's going through loneliness, it's really, really shit. I'm still trying to work out what I can do to keep myself busy. Like I said, I didn't have any events or anything last week, so that was probably the issue. But I was so sad. And then you just sit and you get in your own head about everything. So anyway, let me tell you about my gym class last week. So I go on a Tuesday morning. It's all like girls, women. It's a nice little class. Anyway, if you haven't ever done crunches on a yoga ball, do crunches on a yoga ball. You just sit on it and then crunch, because you get like an overextension in your abs. You have to pull a little bit further up. If you have back problems, it's supportive on your back. It's just overall nicer. So oh my God, no. Oh no, I forgot about so I wear my Adenola zip up like BBL jacket thing. You'll have to let me know if you guys wear a bra under them, because I never normally wear a bra under them. Thank the fucking Lord I did this day. So I'm feeling all cute, like I'm noticing changes in my body after working out and eating good. Feel not cute. I go to do a body weight squat in the fucking warm-up. Zip pops. Titties to the wind. Oh my God, thank God I was wearing a jacket. Thank God I was wearing a bra, sorry. Megan, my PT, was running the class. She just looked at me, she's like, are you good, bro? Luckily, I had a spare top in my car, so I ran out, put that on. So I was already like, I didn't get embarrassed, but I was already like, ha, lol type thing. Like, hope no one saw my fucking bra. Because it wasn't a sports bra. Class gets underway. We get into the bit where I'm doing crunches. I look over it and I've not got a yoga ball yet because in the time I was supposed to be getting my fucking equipment, I was running to my car to get changed, to do a costume change. So in my gym, there's like a big rack and the yoga balls are on the top. I'm a tall girl. I'm 5'10", 11. This rack is like 18 foot tall. So I was trying to like jump out. I was trying to like jump to pop the yoga ball out. It would like push out the rack and then would hit the roof and then bounce back down. So I sort of climbed the rack a little bit, got up there, and oh God, I don't want to say embarrassing because I genuinely wasn't embarrassed, but makes me cringe thinking about it. So I could hear this woman behind me laughing, and I was like, shut up, okay? Shut up. I didn't say that to her. I was like, oh no, people are watching. I then I was like, right, it's just going to keep falling back out. I fucking wham this thing out. It hits the ceiling, and I hit it at an angle because I thought that's where I'm going wrong here. Hit it at an angle, bounced back, smacked me in the face, bounced off my face, and then onto the floor. And I watched it bounce towards the group of women who were doing their little stretches in between sets. Oh my God, there's a piece of hair on my roller. So then I go to catch the ball, and this woman looks at me. I don't know why she looked at me so disgusted. Hold on, I stopped you from getting smacked by the ball. She was like this. Thought, wipe that smart little look off your face, woman. Anyway, so that was my class last week, and it was really funny. I've ordered a new set from Tala because I'm going to yoga in London, which is the first time I'll have done yoga in a very, very long time. I'm hoping I'm okay with it. But I've ordered some nice sets for that. And Tala do like different length trousers, which thank you, Grace Beverly. Thank you. So I'll report on how I get on with them next week. Maybe I could wear it next week and I can show you if I like it. Okay, well, let's go on with the start of the episode. Oh, sorry, in the cup today. Look at my cup. Oh my God, how incredible is this? Look at the size of this cup to start with. This was so kindly made for me by a page on Instagram called JJ Customs. I will leave the link to their Instagram in today's episode. She does like custom things. She sent me a sippy cup. She sent me this gorgeous mug. Look at the size of this mug compared to my normal one. Oh my goodness. How good is this? Is a proper hot chocolate mug. Some ASMR for you all. For those of you listening, it's just a white mug with my Teen Two Sugars logo on it, a nice burgundy handle, and the inside is burgundy as well. And it's just, I imagine a nice hot chockey in this. So today we have, because this is my only day having fizzy drinks, we have a Coke in here with some ice, and I'm going to savour it so much. So first sip, best sip. On the last episode, guys, I didn't tell you about the lip balm I had today. It's the Rhode one. I got my new Rhode one. This is in the shade PB&J, I think this one is. And this is my favourite Rhode colour. I had the espresso one. Not going to lie to you guys. I only got it because I wanted it to match the aesthetic of my phone case. Don't do that. Bad idea. But this is like a really nice, muted, reddy brown. I really, really like it. Just adds like a nice tint to your lips. And it does match the colour of my phone case as well. Whoopsies. Anyway, now let's get started with today's episode. Okay, so this story is titled, Am I the Arsehole for Replacing My Auntie at Her Own Wedding? Story time. For some context, I grew up with my aunt as my parents were lost on a hike when I was 2. I had a babysitter at home and I was being looked after and they were lost. I loved her, but then one day I caught her on the phone to an adoption agency. I was 17 and it was only 5 days until my 18th birthday. So on my birthday, I told her that I'm now an adult and I will be leaving. I hope the aunt wasn't going to adopt you. Oop. I stayed with my friends and told them everything. I got a job, saved up, and moved out. 5 years later, my aunt got in touch from that same friend. She asked if she could meet up because she wanted me to be a part of her wedding. She met with my friend last week and she didn't want me to just be a bridesmaid. She wanted me to be the maid of honor. Okay. I agreed, but said one more thing. She didn't want to know anything about the wedding, just me to fully plan it and buy the dresses. She gave me her card, and at this point, I had a partner myself, and we had been planning to get married. So we bought invites for her and sent them out. We bought dresses, and when I saw a dress with real diamonds, I knew that was the one. Her bank called a few times, and she had set up multiple loans to get the dresses. Brilliant. This is so fun. So you're like playing wedding planner for your aunt, which interesting that she wants you to be a part of the maid of honor because she was going to give you up for adoption a mere 5 years ago. So my fiance asked why I was getting so much expensive stuff for her after what she had done to me. Yeah, like why are we getting kind of such nice stuff after she caused that level of betrayal and distrust? I was completely honest with my fiance and dropped the bombshell saying, this wasn't her wedding I was planning. It was ours. You said, fuck shit up. You're going to put me up for adoption, babe. You're going to pay for my wedding, loser. He was so lost. We got a silk wedding dress from Shein, cut out the label for my auntie to wear and told her to come at 12:30. And that was the exact second I had planned on saying I do. Oh my God. So you've sent out the invites for the wedding, blah, blah, blah. Your auntie thinks she's going to her wedding, but you've stole her. This is incredible. We took pictures and everything, and the wedding was amazing. And when I asked my husband, when I was asked if I accepted my husband, she arrived. I said I do, cut her credit cards into pieces, and as we left with my new husband. So, did she deserve this? Here's the thing, right? Let me get this in my brain. Your auntie's come to you and said, hi, babe. Hey, Amy, want you to plan my wedding. Maid of honor can arrange everything. I trust you and your judgment. Cool. You've said, bet. You've ordered your dream wedding dress, your dream shoes, your dream venue, your flowers and everything. Your wedding starts at 12. Cool. Everyone's there. You've walked down the aisle. I love this bride. Meanwhile, your auntie is at home with her bridal party, getting ready for what she thinks is her wedding. You're saying your I do's as she thinks she's about to walk down the aisle. Holy shit. Holy shit. I'd love to know how that was planned and how no one had any idea. Now, here's the thing. I'd love to have a little bit more context on the whole adoption thing because I don't think you can be adopted past the age of 18 anyway. Because you're an adult, so surely an adoption wouldn't go through. I don't know. Had you already been adopted and you didn't know? How strange. But surely your aunt would just tell you that. Like, no, I can't do that anyway. Like, why would I try and adopt you 5 years before your 18th anyway? If she'd got parental, like, guardianship or whatever. Jesus Christ. I just love the Shein dress that you cut the label out of. So she thinks she's got this like £40,000 dress and she's cutting about in like a £200 Shein number. Wow. She really trusted you and you said no. No. Bad choice. Did she deserve it? The thing I'm worried about is that I'm concerned you're gonna get done for like theft. But if she gave you the credit cards, you technically haven't stolen anything, you know? I just worry. I just worry for you and the legalities of everything here. I don't know if she deserved it. I don't know if she deserved that. Yeah, I don't think she deserved that. If she'd have tried to give you up for adoption, like at 13 or something, to get money out of it, then yes. Iconic nonetheless. But I'm not sure it was deserved. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think you're fantastic. And I'm so happy that you got married and you didn't pay for it. Who's the real winner, hey? Do you know what I mean? She didn't deserve it, but I wish you and your husband the happiest of lives together. And sorry for the loss of your parents as well. That's real tough. That's real tough. Please update me if anything transpires with the aunt. If I don't hear from you, I'll assume you're in jail from bank fraud or whatever you could be done for, credit card theft. Yeah, congratulations on your wedding. Wish you a lifetime of happiness. Thanks for sending in your story. Let's go on to our next one. My boyfriend's ex wasn't who I thought she was. Story time. I genuinely thought I was losing my mind for months, but no. Turns out I was just starring in a real life soap opera. So I started dating this guy who we will call Steve. Super sweet, super normal, at least. That's what I thought. Very early on, I noticed one weird thing. His ex-girlfriend, Amy, was everywhere. And I mean everywhere. She still had stuff all over his apartment. Her name popped up on his phone a little too often, and his friends loved her. Well, his friends can go and date her then. I don't give a shit. They'd say things like, oh, Amy would always do this, or Amy used to make the best pasta, or wow, Amy would never wear that colour. Excuse me? Steve reassured me every time. He was like, babe, it's nothing. We just had a lot of mutual friends. She's totally moved on. Okay. Then weird things started to happen. I'd go over to Steve's place and I'd swear things had been moved around. My toothbrush, gone. My favourite jacket, replaced by one that wasn't mine. I even found a bottle of perfume in the bathroom that I definitely did not own. Joe, wave the red flag, my dude. Wave multiple red flags, actually. Get the bunting out. I asked him about it, and he's like, oh, my sister must have left them here. Oh, Steve. This would have been a great excuse, but Steve doesn't have a sister. Is he all right? Like, yeah. Now I'm on high alert. One day I get a DM from a random account saying, be careful with Steve. That's it, no context, no explanation. At this point, I feel like I'm going through a full-blown psychological thriller. I start digging. Digging. And that's when I find something that makes my blood run cold. Amy. Oh, no. Amy wasn't his ex-girlfriend. Amy was his wife. His current wife, as in legally married. I'm the other woman. The best part about all of this is that I found out that Amy knew about me. She was watching everything. Oh my God, it's like Big Brother. She was the one who took my toothbrush, who left the perfume, who made sure his friends constantly mentioned her. She was never gone. What is this setup? What is this setup? Obviously, I confronted Steve. And do you know what he says? He didn't say anything. He just laughed in my face. He goes, oh, you weren't supposed to find out like this. Ah, what the fuck do you mean, you little fucking... Ooh. Like it's some sort of fun little surprise. Surprise! I walked out and never looked back. But now I have one question. Do I tell Amy I know, or do I let them destroy each other in peace? Ooh. Ooh. So, do we think that Amy knew about you and was trying to catch him in the act? because I thought, oh, maybe it's like an agreement thing because, listen, I'm learning. I learned the other day that someone had given their husband a free pass, and it's a thing people actually do. I thought it might be that type of situation, but maybe she's just trying to catch him. So when she goes to the divorce lawyer, she'll be like, infidelity. Infidelity. I have her toothbrush. I have her jacket, which fucking first of all, give it back. My nice Adenola jacket, please. Thank you. Ooh, I think maybe get in touch with Amy, because if she is trying to break up with Steve or she is trying to divorce him, then we have ammo. You can be the ammunition. You can back up the story. I'd get in touch with Amy and say, hi, I'm Stacey. I think you might know about me, and I would just like to clear the air with you. I had no idea. I thought you were broken up. I'm bamboozled by the friends situation. I think Amy, maybe the friends didn't want him to obviously be cheating on his wife, but he's a grown man, he can do what he wants. So Amy was going through the friends to try and get you to realise about her, that she was still in everyone's life. I don't know. Yeah, get in touch with Amy, because girly pop, you might be standing up in family court. You the other woman. What is that woman that... She's part of the Chris Watts case. We've just gone dark with this. One sec. She's part of the Chris Watts case. I'm going to have to Google this. 1 second. Basically, she blew the whole case out that Chris Watts' girlfriend. You could be girlfriend. What is her name? Nicole Kessinger knew that Chris Watts did something to his wife and kids. What evidence proves it? Is it her? That's not ringing a bell to me. Maybe it is her. Okay. Well, there we go. Amy's your best bet. Steve's a weirdo. Can you speak to the friends? Is there one of his friends that we know of? How long have you been dating? Also, when are you going around to his house? Does Amy work away for a lot? Is she working abroad? I don't know. Ever so strange to me, these dynamics. Do you know what? As you grow up, kids, you learn that people do weird things. Weird things in relationships. Joe would know. No shade. Do you know what I mean? It's a tricky one. I'm really sorry, because that's really shit on you that you found out that he's got a wife. Nothing worse than finding out you're the other woman. Not that I've experienced it myself, but I am a true empath, and I can probably see that would not be fun. Do they have children? Odd little man, Steve. Right, we're going to move on. Let's go on to story number 3. Here we go. This next one's a mysterious one. My relationship had been secretly planned since my childhood. Story time. You guys, I don't know how to process what has just happened to me. I feel like I just walked out of a Netflix thriller, except this is my life. I've been dating Steve for a year now, and honestly, he is great. Can I just say, I feel like every story starts with, I've been dating him for a year, and I thought it was great. I'm going to find a story one day that is like, I've been dating him for a year. It is great. So everything was great. He is brilliant. He's the perfect boyfriend energy. The only thing that ever fell off was his family. Oh, we're going back to the fucking organ donors again. Oh, here we go. They were weird. Not in a cute, quirky, we play board games on Sunday kind of weird. Is that a weird activity? I don't know if that's a weird. I think that's quite normal. Quite a normal thing to do, I mean full Stepford Wives energy. They were overly polite, overly invested in our relationship, and way too eager to have me over for dinner all the time. Okay. The weirdest part. Every time I asked Steve about his childhood, he would get so awkward. Like he'd dodge the question, change the subject, or just laugh at it. And his mum, if I ever asked about it, she'd get this look on her face and be like, oh, those were such wonderful times. We were truly blessed. I'm not noticing anything wrong here. I don't see what's wrong. Blessed. Okay, church lady. Anyway, fast forward to last weekend. His mum invites us over for dinner. Lovely. Do you know what? Just always go over for dinner. You don't have to wash up. His mum invites us over for dinner, and the moment we step inside, I swear the air feels different. Something is off. We sit down, and suddenly, Steve's dad, who is usually silent, grabs my hand across the table and says, "We're just so happy you're here. You're exactly what this family needed." Okay. At this point, my fight or flight response is screaming. Sorry, I just have the vision of the dad being like the dad from Coraline. Making something for Coraline. She's Floraline. I'm like, thanks. Then Steve's mum pulls out the photo album. She starts flipping through old pictures of Steve as a baby, as a toddler, super normal stuff. And then she gets to this one page. And guys, I almost threw up on the spot because there, staring back at me, was a picture of me as a baby. Ew, 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 ew. No, no, no. I feel icky. I feel like I need to have a shower. What do you mean? No. I was sitting next to Steve in a high chair, wearing my childhood onesie in his family's house. Oh my God. I literally couldn't breathe. I was like, what is this? Steve's mum, she just sits there and smiles and says, "Oh, honey, we never told you." "Told me what?" And that's when Steve drops the bomb. Turns out we had grown up together. We were best friends. Right, first of all, we were best friends as babies. No, you weren't. Our parents had been close for years, but the best part of it all is that sent me into another dimension. When we were 5, his parents told my parents that they thought I was meant to be with Steve. Like a pre-arranged destiny. Like I was some character in a Victorian novel. My parents thought it was weird to cut ties with them and when I was little. But Steve's family, they never let it go. Oh no. They kept photos of me, followed my life from a distance, and when we randomly met as adults, it wasn't random at all. His parents orchestrated the whole thing. They made sure we ended up together. I looked at Steve, absolutely horrified, and was like, "Did you know this?" He says, "I didn't want to scare you off." Oh, does Steve want to be in this relationship? Does Steve want to be here? Or are his parents just being really, really pushy? This is absolutely terrifying. Do I run? Do I change my name? Do I sleep with one eye open? Because I think I just found out I was part of a real life arranged marriage plot and was the last to know. Oh. I actually, it's not often I have anything to say. That's absolutely terrifying. That is terrifying. Their whole life has been dedicated. And you were 5 years old. Why are we making it? Really makes me feel weird when people go to a 6-year-old, she's going to break some hearts. He's going to break some hearts. Okay, well, she's 5 now. Let her suck a thumb and play with some colouring pencils, you weirdo. Like, why are you thinking about children and relationships when they get older or, it's really, really odd to me. Have they been stalking? Is that technically stalking? You need to speak to your parents. You need to get mum and dad on the phone and say, "Do you know them fucking lunatics that we used to nanny share with? Yeah. Here's the damn thing." Because I bet as well that Steve would have been told by his parents, when you meet Amy's parents, You do not say anything about us. You don't say that you know us. You don't let on. Weird. These parents are terror. I actually feel icky. That it's bizarre to me that they've kept your baby pictures in the same photo album of Steve's. I don't know if Steve actually likes you. I don't know if Steve is for you. It's, first of all, we need to cut these people off, cut ties. I'm saying we march ourselves to the police station, restraining order. I fear you've got enough ammo to hold a case against these people, especially the mum, because I feel like she's got some weird thing going on there. I don't know if maybe she doesn't have any other kids, so Steve and she just liked you as a baby, so thought, great, I can't steal the child, but I will adopt her into my family as a daughter-in-law. Cracked the code. I've cracked the code. I am so talented. I'm sure that's what's gone on here. Break up with Steve, get a restraining order, speak to your parents, make sure they're safe, change your name, change your hair colour, change your car, run like the wind, my good man. Run like the wind. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry that that's how you had to find out. It's giving cult. I'm getting weird cult vibes from these people. You know? Whew, I feel like I need to have a little calm down after that one. I've not got my Apple Watch on today. It's not telling me that I need to chill out. Whew. Right. Let's go on to story number 4, 3. I don't know where we are. Okay, we've got some best friend drama. Did my best friend just set me up? Story time. Okay, so tell me if I'm crazy, but I still can't believe this has happened to me. So I had this best friend, we'll call her Amy. We were inseparable. We'd talk late into the night. We'd always be on FaceTime, finishing each other's sentences, knowing every single detail of each other's lives. And I trusted her with everything. And then she did something insane. So a few months ago, I started dating this guy called Steve. Amy was super supportive, always hyping me up, telling me how cute we were together, helping me pick outfits for our dates, and then things started to go downhill. One time, she casually mentioned something really specific about Steve's childhood. Oh, here we go with the childhoods again. Was it that was that his parents had a baby picture of some random lass that they were friends with 25 years ago? Something I know I hadn't told her. I laughed it off, but my gut told me something was weird here. A few months later, Steve randomly cancels our date out of nowhere with no explanation, just a dry, something came up, sorry. Oh, okay. And guess who also mysteriously went MIA that night? Yep, it was Amy. Naturally, I did some detective work. By detective work, I mean I stalked them both on Snapchat with their location. My girl. Guess what? They were both at this fancy rooftop bar across town together. Okay, you dirty little dogs. I felt sick, but here's where it gets crazy. Instead of calling them out, I decided to play dumb. I love a plan. The next day, I casually asked Amy what she did the night before. She lied straight to my face. You liar, actress, get the fuck out. She said she was home all night watching Netflix. I confronted Steve instead. And at first, he denied it. But then, when I showed him the location receipts, he finally cracked and admitted the truth. Then, here's the plot twist I could never have seen coming. They weren't dating at all. They weren't hooking up. Amy. Amy was paying him. Wow, sugar mom. I said, sorry, what? Turns out Amy had this weird obsession with controlling my relationships. She would literally bribe guys I liked to either sabotage things or make me insecure so I'd stay single. The worst part of all of this is that she had done this before. She admitted that she paid my ex to start random fights with me, so I'd think he was the problem and break up with him. all because she wanted to be the most important person in my life. I don't even know what's worse, the betrayal or the absolute psychopath energy. The psychopath energy, babe, that's the weirdest part of all of this. The psychopath energy. So I cut her off immediately, but now I'm stuck wondering how many of my past relationships were actually real. Like, have I ever dated someone who hasn't been on Amy's payroll? I need opinions here. What would you do if your best friend pulled this level of crazy? Because I still feel like I'm in a movie. So why were they at a rooftop bar? Was Steve just out to make a bit of bank? Or was she like sugar mummying him? This is so loaded. I think you need to speak to Steve and like, what were you getting out of that situation? Is she paying you to be in a relationship with me? Is she paying you to go on dates with her? What is happening? What is happening here? You need to speak to Steve and get more on that, because I feel like you probably could come back from this with Steve. Like, here's the thing. Not that I would, I don't know. No, I was going to say, if someone's going to offer me 300 quid to go and sit in a rooftop bar with them, no, that's not right. No. Maybe you could turn a cute little blind eye to him. As long as they're not doing anything, I need to know more about this. Does she want to date Steve? Is she jealous? So she's trying to, maybe she's trying to get you to think that Steve was cheating on you, but she's forgot to turn off her Snapchat location so you can obviously see they're together. If she was being clever about this, she should have turned her location off, because then, or left her phone. Here's the thing you should have done, Amy. She should have left her phone at home so it said that she was at home, and then it would have just shown Steve at the bar on his own. Why are these people doing these Sims in such a stupid way? God, if you ever want to learn how to cheat on your boyfriend, I'm your girl. No, I would never say that. That's bad. I'm just saying that when people do these things, they're stupid with it. They're not calculated with it. Should have left her phone at home, gone on this weird little date thing with Steve, and then it would have shown Steve on the bar on his own. So when he turned around and was like, no, I was with Amy, you'd have already seen that Amy was actually at home watching Netflix. And that's how you would have broken up. But she's dumb and she's thick. And why is she giving her money to other people? Maybe if she was actually a good friend to you, she would remain the most important person in your life. Crazy thought there. Crazy idea, Amy. But here she is having to buy friendships, which is what? Embarrassing. What else did you ask? What was the other advice that you needed here? What would you do if you're I would block them on everything, never speak to them again. And yeah, so I'd put out a PSA on TikTok, and then I'd do exactly what you've done and send it to me as a story time. So well done on that. Best of luck for your trust issues in the upcoming future. Rough times to be out here with these crazy Amy's, isn't it? We also have another friend drama. Let's get into it. This one sounds absolutely barbaric. It's titled, My Best Friend Stole My Life. Story time. My boyfriend, who we'll call Steve, and I have been together for 3 years. And things are absolutely perfect. This man was my person. We talked about marriage, kids, the whole future thing, and I really thought he felt the same way. Out of nowhere, he started acting strange. Not in an obvious way, but just different. He was more secretive with his phone, more excuses to leave the house randomly, and the worst part, he started getting overly affectionate with me. I'm talking flowers every day, I love you every 5 minutes, which sounds cute, right? Except this man who was the one that used to forget our anniversary. Right, well, there's a lot of red flags to unpack there, I fear, is there not? I had this gut feeling that something was completely off. Yeah, those behaviours are giving guilty. If that's not what he normally does, it's guilt. I had this gut feeling something was off, but I didn't have proof. I was at his place one week and we went to the shop, leaving his laptop open. Oh, he went to the shop, leaving his laptop open. Now, I'm not the kind of person to snoop, but something in me just knew I had to check. So I opened his emails and I wish I hadn't. No, I've no regrets, best friend. I've no regrets, babe, because if you hadn't have opened his emails, you wouldn't know what you know now. At first look, everything looked innocent. Just a bunch of random messages until I saw one titled Wedding Confirmation. I was shaking. I opened it. My stomach dropped. It was a receipt for a wedding venue deposit. Our dream venue. The same one we had talked about for months. But the thing here, I was going to say, like, oh my God, is he planning to propose at your dream wedding venue? Like, that sounds so exciting. No, I don't think that's where this is going. Here's the thing. I'm not the bride. I scrolled down and there it is. I scrolled down and there it is. Her name. Amy, my best friend's name. I swear it felt like my whole soul left my body. My best friend and my boyfriend, our whole wedding behind my back. It gets worse. The wedding was scheduled for a weekend. I was supposed to be out of town visiting my parents. So these two were just going to go off, get married while I was completely unaware. I lost my shit. Fair. I screenshotted everything, forwarded the emails to myself and left. I blocked them both on everything and haven't said a word since. Amen. But now I keep getting messages from mutual friends saying, Amy's so confused and Steve is devastated. What the fuck? I was like, yeah, why? Steve's going to be confused because you just like broke up with him out of nowhere. No, Steve's confused and devastated because I've ruined their big day. Are you well in the fucking brain? What the heck? So naturally, I did what any sane, heartbroken, petty woman would do. You sent in a story to TNT Sugars. I sent the screenshots to both of their families. And guess what? Amy's parents also had no idea that she was engaged. They thought Steve was still with me. Well, I'm glad we're all on the same page. Apparently, she had been lying to them, telling them we were all just still friends whilst planning this entire wedding behind my back. Then, Steve's mum, who by the way loved me, called me sobbing, saying she couldn't believe her own son would do this to me. She told me to leave it with her. Oh, hell yeah. Mother Steve on the case. A few days later, I found out what she meant. The wedding venue cancelled. Oh, okay. No, the wedding cancelled. Venue gone. Amy's entire family turned against her. Steve's parents straight up disowned him. And the best part of all of this, Steve tried to message me begging for another chance because Amy had pressured him into it. Like, excuse me, you were about to marry this woman. Anyway, now they're both miserable and blaming me for their downfall. So, tell me, should I just let them suffer or should I have one last petty move before I completely move on? I think you leave it there, babe. I think you leave it there. They have no family. They have no friends. They don't even have each other anymore. And most importantly, they don't have you, which is the real prize in this whole situation. You are girly pop. I think it always says so much about a whole situation when the person in the wrong's family stand by the person in the right. Does that make sense? You know, like normally families is like, we ride for each other, blood's thicker than water. But at the end of the day, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And I like it when the families stand with the person in the right. I think it says a lot about their integrity. You need to leave it where it is, because if you go any further, sometimes you can take it too far. You've won. You've won, girl. What more do you need? You don't want to keep going to the point where you make yourself the bad guy in a situation. You've got your revenge. They've got absolutely nothing out of this situation. You have. You've got the support of other people's family. You also know now that you're not going to waste your life on this man and this girl who have so little respect for not only you, but Amy has no respect for herself going for a guy that has a girlfriend who's also her own best friend. And Steve has no respect for you. So you win. Problem solved. No dramas. I take it no further. You should probably go to counselling. Because that is such a massive betrayal of trust. I was going to say try and stay in contact with Steve's family, but why would you stay in contact with your ex-fiancé boyfriend's family? He's done so much to go behind your back, to have a whole relationship, to have a whole proposal. First of all, when he hasn't even proposed to you, his actual girlfriend, not his piece on the side. Strange behaviour from you, Steve. Am I right, Joe? Get that red flag waving. You win. Problem solved. Take it no further. Become best friends with his mum. And that is all I'd suggest, my good friend. All I'd suggest. And that is the end of today's episode, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you would like to send in some stories, you can do via the link in the description and the show notes of today's episode. Why don't you head over to our socials as well? We have so much fun over there, guys. They are TNT Sugars Pod and TNT Sugars Podcast on Instagram. All the links are down below for you, so you can just easily tippy-tap away on there. If you're listening on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And also, if you're listening on Spotify, you can give us a follow as well. Why the fuck not? We are nearing 200 5-star reviews, which is just incredible. Thank you so, so much. So make sure you give it a 5-star review. You can also comment on Spotify if you didn't know. So make sure to drop us a little comment there and on YouTube too. I love you so, so much, guys. Have an amazing week. Have an amazing Wednesday. If you're driving to work, drive safe. If you're listening at work, have a great day. And whatever you're up to, I hope it goes really, really well. And you have just the best time living your best life, my dudes. Me and Joe will see you next week. Mwah! Love you, bye!
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa.